Everyone, so welcome back to my channel again, Intelligent Learners. In this video we are going to discuss question number 11 of chapter Binomial Theorem. The question is all about proof, and what we have to prove, that the coefficient of one term that is equals to the twice the coefficient of another term, right? So because we are talking about the coefficients of x raised to the power n, so we have to use the general term formula. Same with the previous question. The question number 10 is also talking about the coefficient only. So whenever we have to discuss about the coefficient, we are using the general term formula for some term, right? There are two expansion in the question. First is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n, and the second one is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n minus 1, right? So two expansion we have to find the term in which there is a power x raised to the power n, and we have to take the coefficients of that, and we have to put to prove something, right? So let's start with the video, everyone. Let's start it. The question is, prove that the coefficient of this in the expansion this one. So the first expansion that you have in the question is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n. And they are asking you the coefficient of this in this. So when you have a term as x raised to the power n with something, so they are asking you the coefficient is twice. So this value will be the twice of the coefficient of x raised to the power n in the expansion of this. So there are two expansion in the question. So one is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n, and the second one is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n minus 1. Right? So there are two expansion in the question. Both are asking you the coefficient of x raised to the power n. And they are saying that the coefficient of x raised to the power n will be twice. So this they want as 2 multiply, means twice of the coefficient of this one, right? They want like this. So let's solve the first expansion, then we will move to the second one. So the first expansion that you have, it is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n. Now what is a here? A is 1. What is b? B is x. You know the formula, a plus b raised to the power n, that is equals to NCR, a raised to the power n minus r, and b raised to the power r. This is the formula. Now let me put, I want, see, a is 1 and b is x. So what is the general term formula? That is tr plus 1, that is equals to NCR, a raised to the power n minus r, b raised to the power r. A is 1, 1 raised to the power something is 1 only, and b is what? X in the question. So I want x raised to the power n, because they are asking you the coefficient of x raised to the power n. So I will put as r as n in the question. So let me put in the general term formula. So what is that? T n plus 1, that is equals to, n is what? The final power. The final power of first expansion is 2n c n, a raised to the power r. A is 1, so 1 raised to the power something is 1, so I'm not taking it. B is what? X, and r is n. So what is the coefficient of x raised to the power n here? Is 2n c n. Okay, just put it here only. Or you, okay, let's solve it here only. So 2n cn, let us solve. So it will be 2n factorial. It is not 2 multiply n factorial. No, it is the complete factorial. Then n factorial multiply 2n minus 1 factorial. So it will be 2n factorial divided by n factorial, and 2n minus n is n factorial. So the coefficient of x raised to the power n will be 2n factorial divided by n factorial whole square, because there are two n factorials. Now let's move to the next expansion, and the next expansion is 1 plus x raised to the power 2n minus 1. Right? 2n minus 1. So write nicely. So let us put in the general term formula again. Final power is 2n minus 1. So now what is r? Again, I will take r as n only. Why? Because b raised to the power r means I want b, because in the question b is x, and x raised to the power n I want. So I will put r is equals to n only. I will take that only. So t r plus, not r plus 1, I am putting r as n. So tn plus 1, that is equals to 2n minus 1 cn, a raised to the power something. A is 1, so 1 raised to the power something is 1, so I'm not taking it. B is x and r is n. So tn plus 1, that is equals to 2n minus 1 cn, x raised to the power n. Now this is the coefficient. So let us solve it. 2n minus 1 cn. So it will be 2n minus 1 whole factorial divided by n factorial multiply 2n minus 1 minus n factorial. So 2n minus 1 factorial divided by n factorial. 2n minus n is n minus 1 factorial. Now further I can't solve it. Further I can't solve it, right? Further I can't solve it. So the final value of is this only. So let me put here only. So this will become Tn plus 1, that is equals to, the value of this is this, into x raised to the power n. See, I have the coefficient of x raised to the power n is this. And in the second expansion, I have the coefficient of x raised to the power n is this. Now, I want what I want. I want twice of this. Means I want this one as twice. So let me solve it further. So to solve it further, so I want page. So yes, here only I'm just solving it. What I will do in the second part, in the second case, this one. So Tn plus 1, that is equals to, I am multiplying with 2n and also dividing it with 2n. Not 2n factorial, 2n. Simply 2n and n factorial times n minus 1 factorial. Now 2n multiply 2n minus 1 factorial. See, preceding of 2n minus 1 is what? Whenever you are writing the preceding terms, you are just subtracting 1 to the term. So 2n multiply 2n minus 1 factorial is 2n factorial only. Right? Twice of, see, n multiply n minus 1 factorial. This is the n factorial only because the preceding term of n is n minus 1. Now n factorial. So what is left? 2n whole factorial twice of n factorial square. Now if you will see that what is the coefficient of this expansion of x raised to the power n? Now let me put here only. I'm just using the pen. Now please put the final values in the question. So the coefficient of this you have is 2n factorial, n factorial. Wait, there is some mistake I have done. Okay, when I have, okay, I have opened it. Where is the final value? This is, sorry, it is n factorial whole square, not multiplied 2, sorry. I got confused through my writing only. So it will be n factorial whole square. And what is the coefficient you have find for this one? For this one, you have find out 2n whole factorial divided by twice of n factorial whole square. See, this will cancel out with this one. This will cancel out with this one. What is left? 2, which is in division. When it change its side, it will go in multiplication. So the coefficient of x raised to the power n, that is equals to, this will go in multiplication with this. So twice of x raised to the power n coefficient. Okay, so this we have proved. So this is how we will solve the question. So yes, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Please understand the question very carefully, right? So thank you.